This news update is brought to you by
This is the 6 p.m. Barbados Today update for Tuesday, August 26, 2014. A warm welcome to you. I'm Kmar Jordan. Good evening. A major fire at Chickmont Farms at Balls Plantation, Christchurch earlier this evening results in thousands of dollars in losses. Our Carol Williams was live on the scene.
More than 7,000 two-week-old turkeys have been destroyed. The estimated cost, $70,000. Also destroyed a pen where they were housed. That cost $700,000. General Manager and Director of Chickmont Farms, Edward Albecker, says 2 workers were at the time on duty, but there's no indication what caused the fire. It started, though, on the windward side of the building at around 4 this afternoon. Trevor Gunby, Operations Manager of ZRS Farms, which is operated by Chickmont, says they're still counting their losses.
The pen is totally gone. It's a 400-foot house. We had 7,600 turkeys in there. They're obviously all barbecued at this point. Obviously, it's a big loss.
2 water tenders and a water tanker responded to the blaze. Divisional Officer Trotman of the Barbados Fire Service said the blaze had spread to another area.
They went to replenish the tank, right? We filled the water, and as they were coming back, we recognized that on the western side of the farm, some of the pasture down there was burning. So we got that a plant over there to attend to that particular area.
Reporting from ZRS Farms, The Ridge, Carol Williams for Barbados Today.
Thank you, Carol. Meantime, police are investigating an aggravated burglary which occurred at 3 this morning at the popular Pink Star restaurant in the city. Thankfully, no one was injured, but one patron was robbed of an undisclosed sum of money, a wallet and a cell phone after 3 culprits, one armed with a firearm, entered the restaurant. In other developments, a 19-year-old man appeared in court here this morning following yesterday's police raid on the party stand. Chemo Avery Grant of Grisette St. Michael was found with a .32 revolver and 2 rounds of ammunition. He's been charged with 2 counts of possession when he appeared in court today. Grant has been remanded until September 23. On a brighter note, the missing 13-year-old girl from Broomfield St. Lucie is now back home safe and sound. Tiana Joseph was picked up by a family member on Baxter's Road this afternoon, mere hours after her mother, Rosemary Benskin, made a public appeal via Barbados Today for her to return home. Tiana had been missing since last Friday. In other news, high optimism that the Society Primary School will reopen, just not in time for the new school term. This after members of the committee set up to press the case for that school in St. John to remain open, met with Prime Minister Frendel Stewart and Education Minister Ronald Jones last week on the matter. Committee chairperson Reverend Kim Welch tells Barbados Today the Prime Minister and the Education Minister were quite receptive to the idea of preserving the institution, but not necessarily in its current form.
We don't want it open for historical reasons. The ministry is keen on that, but we want it open as a school, even if not Society Primary as a school. We want to continue learning in that place. So the ministry was talking about several options, but not necessarily what we were looking at. They were saying maybe a museum or maybe some sort of after-school facility for adults, but we are saying that we would still like to have children in that locale in some form or other, doing something with them. And of course, it would just be a matter of the committee that is being set up to determine what it will be.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
To regional news now, it's time for CARICOM to have a permanent presence in Asia. So says Deputy Premier of Nevis, Mark Brantley, who's currently on an investment mission to China. Mr. Brantley, who was already met with a large group of investors in Hong Kong and Beijing, will make a last stop in Shanghai before returning home. He says investors are hungry for opportunities in the Caribbean, but do not know enough about the region. And he's calling on regional heads of government to make Asia a priority for foreign direct investment. Further afield, after weeks of heavy fighting, the Israeli government and Hamas militants have agreed to a ceasefire. And unlike the previous ones, this truce does not have an expiration date. According to the Egyptian government, Israel has also agreed to open the Gaza border to allow more aid to pass through, as both sides prepare to return to Cairo for further talks. The announcement was met with loud cheers and celebratory gunfire in Gaza. More than 2,000 Palestinians have reportedly been killed in the 7-week conflict. I think that is indeed reasons to cheer. That's been our 6 p.m. update. We'll be back again at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, or like us on Facebook for the very latest news and sports. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or via screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. I'm Kmar Jordan. Don't get wet out there. Have a fabulous evening and join Emmanuel Joseph first thing tomorrow morning.
This news update is brought to you by